Hi Libra, and welcome to the month of March. This is your reading for the month ahead. So I am going to pick a past, present, future advice and outcome card for you. The outcome is the outcome based on whether you take the advice or not, and of course you always have free will in all your choices. So your past card, Libra, where you are, what you're moving out of at the moment is you're letting go of something. Letting go of the past and focusing on the future, growing in maturity, knowing when to release things, knowing when to leave can be the smartest thing we ever do sometimes, as they say. Again, quoting song lyrics, but trust yourself to be able to handle whatever's given to you by life, by the universe. These are all supposed to be learning experiences. We learn and we grow from everything, and there's something about it being difficult for you to let go. You were very attached to something in the past, and you've been asked in a very almost scorpionic way to let go. It could be ideas that you've let go of. It could be something to do with a job. It could be a person that you've had to let go of. It could be a wish. It could be a dream, something that was fleeting, something that was almost intangible. But you are being asked to definitely let go and move on from the past into the present, and to dream a better future, a future that is more harmonious with your highest goals, dreams and wishes. Okay, so the present. In the present, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is you working very hard right now. You could have a new job, or you could just be focusing very hard on building your reputation in your job. You could have new job opportunities that you're focusing on and that you're pouring energy into. There's a real sense of accomplishment with the Eight of Pentacles. You know, it's a card that requires patience to build something. You know, it's like building a house. You've got to put the foundation in, and then you've got to wait. I don't know whether you've got to wait for the concrete to dry or something, and then you do the next bit, and then you get to build a couple of walls, and then suddenly you get to build windows, and it takes time. So what you're doing is possibly an extra thing that isn't a job, but it's a labour of love. It's something that you're getting to slowly, gradually build, and you have to first of all organise your workspace, put all your ducks in a row, set up a work area, you know, get everything around you in the way that you want it to be, get shelving units, you know, just, it's like really practical stuff, the Eight of Pentacles, really practical stuff that facilitates work in a growth area that you feel happy to commit to. Remember, the Eight of Pentacles comes before the Nine, which is about abundance, autonomy, you know, real prosperity that gives you the freedom and independence that you are craving. So I'm kind of feeling that this Eight of Pentacles is not really about the day job. This is not about the job. This is about the passion that you're really wanting to commit to and put energy in. So when I look at these two cards together, it could be that there's something that you've let go of recently that allows you to focus more on what your passion is, and you are being asked to pour into that and pour more into your dreams and your goals going forward, rather than to get lost in any disappointments about, I don't know, dreams or goals or people that didn't quite pan out the way that you hoped they would, because what you're building and growing potentially now is going to bring you a lot of joy, happiness, satisfaction, accomplishment in the future going forward. So yes, this is a big yes for whatever it is that you're working on in March and going forward right through to December. I feel this is something that's going to be long term, possibly going to go with you into 2026 and beyond. So have patience as you build it and trust the vision. Moving into the future, you have the Hermit. So it could be that you continue with this sense of deep soul searching, wanting to be alone, needing to trust your own path and trust your own judgment, your own inner light, spending time in solitude trying to figure out who you really are, trying to get to grips with what it means to be you, to be truly you, to be fully you, to be maybe even creatively you, or in an entrepreneurial or enterprising sense to be you. And that's really powerful. That's really important. This phase that's coming for you is something that needed to happen, and rather than that being a disappointment, you know, if you want to hear that you're going to be in a partnership or that you're going to have a great community around you or whatever, it doesn't mean that those things aren't going to be happening. What it does mean is that you're going to be really much more relying on yourself and your inner, paying attention to your inner journey, your inner needs in terms of what you build and what you bring to the world. Okay, so your advice. Oh, I love this. Whenever I see the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, I always love that card because it's, you know, we all know what it's like to have stagnation in life and to feel impatient, to feel as if nothing's happening. This is a card that says things are going to start happening and progressing very quickly. So it could be that there's something that you're working on, and it's almost as if, you know, when I look at those two cards together, like the the Eight of Pentacles above the Eight of Wands, then you've got two eights there as well, you know, which the infinity symbol. This is very much something that's very right for you and that is a part of your eternal journey going forward as a soul. It's like something that's very intrinsically important to you. But when I see those cards together, it feels to me like someone who looks as if they're the newbie, the new kid on the block, and they get this kind of beginner's luck happening. So things start to happen really quickly for them, because it's the path that you're meant to be on, because it's the journey that you're meant to be taking. So, you know, keep focusing. Your advice is to keep going forward. Also, as it's in the advice position, it could be saying to you, come on, get a move on. Maybe some of these opportunities that are being offered to you are not going to be waiting around for you forever. So you need to step on them now and strike while the iron is hot. When I heard that, my guides were laughing. And sometimes they do that when there's a figure of speech that's relevant. So maybe for someone, you know, there's something about an iron or about ironing or clothes, or, you know, strike while the iron's hot. I don't know if that means something to you. Maybe this message is particularly relevant to you personally. Okay, so, and the outcome, love this, if you continue with that advice and you get things moving, is the Three of Pentacles, which is about apprenticeship, learning, studying, working hard, achieving success, doing something that you love, applying yourself. I want to ask you, Libra, because this is the way this spread is speaking to me right now. I want to ask you very briefly to compare the work that is the job right now to the idea of you doing the work that is the passion full time. Contemplate that being your life right now and ask yourself whether it's worth putting in that effort that's being asked of you right now. It feels as if that's what the universe is asking of you more than anything else, that you commit to that you commit to what you love, doing what you love, and let that be your focus for the time being. I'm going to pick a couple of oracle cards for you. I'm just going to see what further messages. Great, I just heard stop. What messages will add to that, Spirit? Expect the best. So, this also feeds into that message of the Eight of Pentacles, you know, the working very hard with the Eight of Wands. If you get on with it, there could be a lot of good fortune that comes very quickly. You need to have a mindset shift. You need to believe that the best is possible. You need to believe that the success that you're after can come to you, regardless of whether, you know, there might be a lack of experience, there might be a lack of training, there might be a lack of confidence. Whatever that is, you're being asked to change that and to expect the best. I'm going to pick two more cards for you. You have rest, reflect, recharge. So you might need to rest for a little while, and I know that sounds contradictory, but it is not at all, because what I feel that means is that maybe you've been working very, very hard at other things, the job, other things that have taken your time, your energy, other demands, and maybe you need to just make sure that you're getting adequate rest if you are working on a full-time job and this thing that you're passionate about. Make sure you get adequate rest so that you can continue to do the job properly, because the job supports your ambitions, and so that you can stay in that place of feeling very abundantly focused when you're working on the thing that is your passion. And your final message, what does Libra need to know overall as the overarching message for March? Live outside the lines, Libra. When you have that time to be yourself, to work on the things that you are passionate about, live fully outside of the lines, outside of the constraints and the restrictions, outside of what society expects for you, okay? It doesn't matter if you get lucky very, very quickly, if your path doesn't make sense to anyone else, because this has been created for you in advance before you came into this lifetime, or even through your own manifestations in this lifetime. It's there for you. It doesn't have to look the way it does for everyone else. Colour outside the lines, live outside the lines, be outrageous, be magnificent, follow your own creative path, trust your own creative journey. Oh, I just love that card. I just think it's beautiful. It's just a riot of colour and magic. Trust your magic, Libra, in March, and that's going to start to propel you forward, and it's going to carry you through for many, many years to come. Good luck. Let me know below if this video, this message resonated with you, or how it resonated, why is it relevant, or just like the video. And if you'd like to work with me, if you'd like to book a reading with me or get some coaching from me, all the links are below. Have a great March, and we will speak again soon. Bye.